and I wanted to have it because I wanted to keep it. And I'm like, my
And now, I am dead. The circumstances surrounding my fatality are all in the line of duty, so please, no sympathies. Let's move ahead. Round 1 has ended. 2 will now begin. In this round, there'll be 3 clues to ponder and to muse to advance you towards the end. But from what you've witnessed, it's hard to surmise the where, how, and who surrounding my demise. So in order to make your theorizing all the more effective, I present to you an expert, a bona fide detective.
I'm a hard-nosed detective who's hard-pressed to find the hard truth. I'm tough on crime, tough to talk to, and tough as nails. I turn over stones, I turn over suspects, and I turn over in my sleep. My direct questions get direct answers, and for me, no means no, yes means yes, and maybe means that you're under the influence of an illegal substance. Peter Piper may have picked a peck of pickled peppers, and she may have sold seashells by the seashore. But everywhere that Mary went, this lamb won't be going. Is that clear?
Yes.
What are you staring at?
Miss, there's been a murder.
I know.
What do you mean you know?
I searched the premises. Mr. Body's body is missing, and you all have horrendous expressions of guilt on your faces.
Oh, no. I believe my plastic surgeon fixed that.
What are you doing here? Nobody called the detective.
I'm supposed to be here.
You're not in the instructions.
Who reads instructions?
Hey, I bet you're a lost token from Sorry.
She's a discarded piece from life.
You better leave.
This isn't life.
Sorry.
Prince, candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rum.
That's better. Now, who here knew Mr. Body? Everybody. Well, who here wanted a dead Mr. Body? Nobody. Well, we will see.
We shall see.
We shall what?
Never mind.
I would like you to know here and now that I am innocent. Murder is just so vulgar.
Like your social life, I'm sure.
Colonel Mustard!
Oh, I hate that man.
I like the way you charge in and take control. Together, we'll find the killer. We'll thwart the enemy. Where's my arm around a bulldozer?
Retreat, Colonel.
Detective, surely you don't think that I could possibly... How much do you want to make it all go away?
I'm glad I don't have your nerve.
Detective, I get my jollies off of crossword puzzles, not cold corpses.
That's not what I hear. Anyway, detective, don't look at me. I hate murder. She can smell it. I too can smell it.
All right, stop. This is embarrassing.
That's enough!
Horrible.
Now that I look at you chumps in your wardrobe by Crayola,
This is government issues. They gave
I
this
don't
to
think
me.
any of you have the right stuff to be a murderer. I think Mr. Body's death was caused by natural causes. Dice failure, card trauma, whatever. I think I'll be on my way.
Detective, wait. A murderer is a singular individual, one with style. I breathe style.
I have a feeling all you breathe is fire.
A murder?
stout-hearted. Just call me Travolta. I never flinch. I never waver. Why is that gigantic string bean staring at me?
Control him. The mind of a criminal is one of high intelligence, superior IQ. Consider me.
No, me. A murder. It's passion and creativity. It's a true work of art, and I am an artist. I work with Minsky's mongrels.
What do you do with the mongrels? Don't answer that.
There's videos.
Shut up. No one asked you.
You know, a killer is a sharp strategist. Sharp. That's me. Sharp as a thimble.
Oh, God.
A killer is unique, detective. Look at me. I'm unique.
You certainly are. But let's stick to the subject of murder, shall we?
Very good.
What?
Never mind.
So these little piggies are innocent, and these little piggies are not? Well, one of these little piggies is gonna cry wee 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 all the way home, 'cause I'm sticking around, and I'm gonna figure it out. I suspect each of you had a motive to kill Mr. Body, and I'm gonna wanna question you. All of you.
Babe, if you think you're looking at a killer, clean the wax out of your ears.
Jesus.
Now I'm in charge, and I'm gonna puff, and I'm gonna make sure one of you gets life.
In prison?
In the box.
No.
Now, my investigation formally begins, and you're all suspects. Why are you staring at me?
She's a master of detection.
And determined to deliver.
If we play our cards wrong, we're really up the river.
She is hard-boiled.
Commandeering.
Quite attractive.
And disarming.
But the sight of prison stripes, it ain't so charming.
She'll try to catch us in a lie.
Her accusations won't hold glue.
If we don't hang together now, together we will hang on you.
She's ambitious, unrelenting.
Out to solve this deadly thriller.
But she can't even find the corpse, much less the killer.
Premeditate our every move, eliminate the slightest clue, chasing her tail from room to room, but simple strategies will see us through. Suspects and villains, no course yet, just killing. Theories and playing blame, with no rules we can resist the dark deadly game. It's just a guessing game. Dinner invite us, dessert then indict us. Prison's the bill of fare. If we stare, so beware, alibis must compare. I didn't, he wasn't, she wouldn't, we couldn't. There's nothing that she can prove, and she hasn't got a clue.
Could she have found out that
Does she know about the time I think next thing that she has?
And she
Suspects and villains, no course yet, it's chillin'. There are plenty of theories, there is plenty of blame. With no clues we can lose, it's a dark, deadly game.
Could she?
Does she?
Has she?
Would she? Did she?
Can she?
Dinner invite us, dessert then indict us. Prison's the bill of fare. If we stare, so beware, alibis must compare. I didn't, he wasn't, she wouldn't, we couldn't. There's nothing that she can prove, and she doesn't got a
investigation now underway, I present to you the first clue of round number 2. Focus on where the deed was executed, when to calm my vigor was transmuted. The room which housed the deliberate act had threats and ultimatums wrapped. The suspects now learn that the detective is quite effective and far more clever than any of them ever thought she could be.
So, you think I haven't got a clue? Well, I've got a lot more. Bitsy bitsy spider crawled up more than the water spout. I searched the entire mansion, and I found these. 6 interesting items I believe could have been used to commit the heinous crime I'm faced with solving. I found the revolver in the ballroom, the wrench in the kitchen, the candlestick in the billiard room, the coil of rope in the lounge, the knife in the conservatory, and the lead pipe in the study. Using my highly advanced laptop crime detection system, I was able to ascertain that each of your fingerprints are found on all of the items, and that those fingerprints were made between 9 p.m. and the precise moment of Mr. Body's death, midnight.
Don't go any further.
I maintain my innocence. Therefore, I will admit of my own free will that I did indeed handle 3 of the weapons, but not for the grisly crime of murder. At around 9:02, I moved the candlestick when I noticed it lying on its side in the library. I stood it upright. At 9:11, I took the revolver out of its display case to inspect its caliber, merely out of curiosity. At around 9:20, and at 11, I used the knife in the kitchen to cut the rot out of an apple I was eating.
Those weapons were not found in those rooms.
I was responsible for moving 2 of them. At 9:11, before I retired to bed, I noticed Professor Plum looking suspicious with the revolver. So I hid it somewhere no unsuspecting person could find it, in the conservatory behind a lovely Wisniewski fern. Then, I took the knife from the kitchen and brought it to the lounge to cut a twist for my martini.
You handled no others.
I did retrieve the wrench from the tool shed for the big burly handyman who needed it in the kitchen to work a pipe. A lead pipe.
Oh, that makes sense now.
At what time?
When you're with a big burly handyman, you don't keep track of time.
That's right.
But that's not where it stayed. I saw Mrs. White with it at 9:42.
I needed it to get the cap off me bottle of spirits, what I hides in the study behind a German book about outdoor recreation.
The name of the book.
My cap.
Oh, Lord help us.
Anyway, at 9:50 I went to the lounge so I could finish off the bottle of spirits like a proper lady, which is where I found the rope. But I lost it on my way to the conservatory.
The conservatory.
Yeah, to talk to the plants.
I found the rope in the lounge at 9:58. Mrs. Peacock promised we could play cowboys and Indians. And you can't play cowboys and Indians without a rope.
You certainly can't.
At 10:23, I used the lead pipe to open a can of rations in the kitchen.
You still eat that stuff?
Rations stay with you forever.
At 10:30, I retrieved the wrench and brought it to the big burly handyman in the ballroom. He needed to fix the radiator.
That handyman, he's pretty popular, huh, ladies?
At 10:40, I gave him the knife in the lounge.
What?
To cut his bologna sandwich. Sure.
More popular than I thought. Is that it?
No, at 10:50, I grabbed the candlestick and took it to the study for some night reading.
And I took it to the conservatory for some atmosphere, 10:55. Oh, I brought it to the billiard room to experiment with playing pool, 11.
And I took it to the ballroom to catch a view from the balcony, 11:05.
I took it to the lounge for a romantic rendezvous with Mrs. Peacock, 11:10.
And I to the kitchen for a late night snack, 11:15.
I took the revolver from the conservatory at 11:20.
Then I hid it in the billiard room, 22.
I carried it to the ballroom, 24.
Kitchen, 26.
Study, 28.
And I to the lounge, 30.
The rope.
To the billiard room.
The conservatory.
Study.
The ballroom.
The lounge.
Wrench.
Kitchen.
Billiard room.
The study.
Ballroom.
Lounge.
Knife.
Billiard room. Ballroom.
Lounge.
Pipe. Kitchen.
Study.
Lounge.
Rope.
Conservatory.
Lounge.
Wrench.
Study.
Lounge.
Candlestick.
Lounge.
Rope.
Lounge. 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 Candlestick. Pipe. Lounge. Knife. Revolver. Rope.
Wrench, candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rope. Wrench, candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rope.
Everyday devices have enterprising uses when they're in the right hands, but for the wrong reasons. Delightfully delicious, these dangerous abuses when they're in the right hands, the right, in the right hands, the right, in the right, in the right hands. Wrench and pipe, knife and rope, everyone's a clue. And any grisly gadgets
You people act like you're out of a board game.
would most definitely do. Midnight.
Well, I'm not finished.
Oh, come on, I was just getting into it.
Sorry.
Can I keep this?
No.
Fine.
This Jack is still at the top of the beanstalk, and she's got something else on you. This note. It's made out of magazine cutouts, and it reads, "It's my turn."
It can't be you. It's not right.
I'm convinced now more than ever one of you committed this crime, and I'm gonna find who did this. I'll be back shortly to interrogate you all. Stop staring at me.
She's so frazzled.
Serious. Shrewd.
Charged.
Tacky.
Attractive.
Really?
Information is essential. Therefore, I present to you the second clue of round number 2. Focus on how the deed was completed, how with all glory I was fatally defeated. The weapon responsible for killing me traverses its intended cunningly. Now to the library. Here, the detective conducts her investigation. The subject's distressed with each accusation. She is alert, bold, cunning, and curt, being desperately jockeyed for vindication.
Professor Plum, tell him, could a savvy person such as yourself commit the crime of murder simply because his family's oil business was betrayed?
Could I? Yes. Did I?
I read your book on corruption in the CIA. Rather enjoyed it. You know, you look different than in your photo on the book jacket.
Yes, well, film can never capture exact likeness.
Very different. I read somewhere that you were now in South America, writing a book
Allow
about...
me to give you some advice, my sharp detective. Sophisticated criminal acts are best deduced with patience, astute reasoning, and cocktails for two. What say you join me for a drink?
I have a murder to solve.
Come on. Let two masterminds spin stimulating conversation.
Stimulation is not in my job description.
Do as the great minds of past would. Imbibe with me, converse with me, fertilize my cerebral garden.
I gave up fertilizing cerebral gardens when my shrink told me fertilizing rose gardens was a better choice for a bipolar codependent who regresses to her childhood for emotional support.
As Somerset Maugham said, The mind is most free when the body is satiated with pleasure.
As Emerson said, the eye of prudence may never shut.
The worst thing about most people is their caution. Thomas Wolfe.
He has not desire for that of which he has no want. Euripides.
The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. Oscar Wilde.
I desire only to know the truth. Euripides.
Truth is beauty. Beauty, truth. That is all you need to know. Keats.
Be on guard against those who flatter and mislead. Aristotle.
Make yourself necessary to someone. Emerson. Be not truly good. Be good for something. Thoreau. Criminal propensities and calculated risks.
Motive, opportunity, poison, and plot twist.
Made for primetime thrillers, crimes of passion, alibis.
We're consumed by blood and guts.
But in the newsroom, murder flies. It's normal curiosity to thrill at the notion of engaging in foul play.
But in civilized society, we stifle that emotion in fear of Judgment Day.
Tell truth, you're seduced by my theory. Your career feels a need deep within. Mischief fills the minds of more than killers. We're seduced by the deadly scent of sin.
I enjoy amassing modus operandi. I'm entranced by exploring brutal acts. Yes, some criminals' confessions captivating, but not compared to dissecting maniacs.
Criminal propensities and calculated risks. Motive, opportunity, poison, and plot twists. Made for primetime thrillers, crimes of passion, alibis. We're consumed by blood and guts, but in the newsroom murder flies. Don't be too moral.
You may cheat yourself out of much life. Aristotle, if he has not virtue.
Then he is the most savage of all of the animals.
Yes.
Tell the truth, you're seduced by my theory. Your career fills a need deep within. Mischief fills the minds of more than killers. We're seduced by the deadly scent of sin. The design of the scheme is not merely to entertain, it's coming in for the kill. That excites me. We're seduced by the challenge, then reduced to the chase.
On the heels of hot pursuit, to prosecute,
to execute an open
and shut case. No more questions. Colonel Mustard?
Here?
Yes.
Fine, but only because I want to.
You certainly have an appetite for murder. When Mr. Body's father passed legislation banning you from the military, you offed him
I went off with him.
to a remote village in Honduras where he was slaughtered during a tribal ritual and fed to the gods. Then you married Mr. Body's mother, who weeks later was found dead with a noose around her neck.
The rules to cowboys and Indians clearly state the loser must hang themselves. I didn't know she would take me serious.
In her will, she left you the house. There was nothing Mr. Body could do about this. The inheritance was yours legally. But a betrothed Miss Peacock you could never claim. So it was your turn. You killed Mr. Body because he married your one true love to avenge you.
For owning his home? For the death of his parents?
No, because when he was a child, you convinced him he was a toaster.
look at me. I'll trade you all this glory if you just change your story. Vindicate me, exonerate me. Our lives in this battle, it's war.
Mr. Green. You're a conniver. You're a chauvinist. You're a snake.
No, I'm a Democrat.
You were a business partner of Mr. Body's in several ventures. With the one in Vegas, he swindled you out of a bundle.
Hey, that's the way the cookie bounces.
With colossal nips and tucks, the roles were reversed. It was your turn. You were duping him out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He found out, threatened you, you killed him.
Look, that money was mine, okay? I know, because I never count my chickens before they cross the sidewalk. If you think I'm a killer, you're trying to fit a round peg into a bread box. Cheats and thieves, blue-collar crime, that's just nickel and dime. Check my collar, green's my game, nothing but the big time. I've been around the block twice, not afraid to toss dice. Take my money, come on honey, bribe and connivance my way.
Here we go. Ladies. You first. Miss Scarlett.
Just sit.
It is really dirty. You suck at your job.
So your real name is Scarletta Vermicelli.
I'll have mine al dente.
No, please. You were hooked up with Mr. Body in Vegas. He used you to extort funds out of a business he, you, and Mr. Green had. Then he dumped you.
The bum proposed and everything.
Did that betrayal spur revenge here and now? Was it your turn? Did you kill him?
No, I got my revenge in Vegas. I tracked down Mr. Body and I dragged him back from the airport back into the city
And tortured him.
Yes. I made him sit through a Suzanne Summers nightclub act. And applaud.
Mrs. White. Did you kill Mr. Body to have your stepson Nigel's debt erased? No, you killed Mr. Body because he was driving you like a slave. It was your turn. Mrs. White, what are you hiding?
Whatever it is, it's well hidden.
If Mr. Body's death was caused by a blow to the head, which it may have been, the killer would have to be tall. How tall are you?
5'10".
With heels.
With anyone.
Mrs. Peacock. Today. No. 5 husbands, 5 questionable deaths, and 5 fortunes now yours. And with the fine print your lawyers added to Mr. Body's will, upon his passing, you inherit the entire estate.
Detective, with a lawyer that makes more in an hour than you do in a week, it's always my turn.
Silver bullets with your name, if you caught us a deal. Diamond handcuffs play our game, promise we'll never squeal. We
And gentlemen, I present to you the final clue of round number 2. The game continues, not yet complete. Deducing the answer, no easy feat. The suspect you should scrutinize has insightful moves and curious eyes.
Well. Rub-a-dub-dub, 6 suspects in a tub, full of hot water. All your secrets are out in the open. I could pin this murder rap on any of you if I wanted to, but only one of you did it. And I've got the proof. Was it Mrs. White in the ballroom with the candlestick? Or Mrs. Peacock in the billiard room with the knife? Professor Plum in the conservatory with the revolver? Miss Scarlet in the study with the rope? Mr. Green? Colonel Mustard? Yeah, run. Run fast. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack cannot run this maverick.
Green means you're full of envy.
Scarlet shows a jealous streak.
Their colors are their motives for to kill us.
Cheek to cheek, our assumptions are insane.
We're as clean as yellow snow.
One's the one that's tall enough to straighten that fatal blow. For a buck you lost your luck.
So?
For your son you packed a gun.
For lost love, you'll go to jail.
Bill, here's $5 towards your bail.
It's all my fault you're in this mess of bring a chance to die. The joy of immortality, I'm corpus delicti.
Both conspired to kill them, your 2 lovers with the scheme. Illicit assignations, you're the perfect murder team.
Don't blame me, she's in the will.
Don't blame me, you fit the bill.
You'll hang high when I testify.
It's me they're gonna fry. A corpse leads to a killer.
But a killer hangs himself.
Live straight from the commandment, love thy neighbor as thyself.
It's all your fault you're in this mess, but soon you'll pay your dues. Excuse me, Mr. Green, could those be Bruno Molly shoes? By design, it's checkout time.
My demise, the perfect crime. Toss the dice, the final roll. Roll with no hope for parole.
It's all your fault, we're in this mess, we're sorry that you came. So next time, play one cheesy, please just find another game. Don't make your accusations and be sure the clues all fit. But if there is a shred of doubt, you know you must acquit. Deliberate, don't speculate. Implicate, eliminate.
Lay the blame, but not on me.
Cast your vote and set me free.
Complete your forms, the time is now. You must choose where, who, and how.
It was not us.
Deliberate, don't speculate. Implicate, eliminate.
Cast your vote and set me free. Play the game, but don't blame me.
Hickory dickory dock. Soon one of you will be behind a lock, and key, and bars with no windows, and bad food, and mean guards. Stare at me all you'd like. I'll be back shortly.
Put your finger somewhere else.
She's the master of detection, so determined to deliver. She's uncovered every clue that we have given her. All the pieces fit together, and the suspects wonder whether
We're off to a prison pen, birds of a feather. We're all behind the 8 ball now. She has us cornered like a rat. She claims she knows who, where, and how, but every alibi has fallen flat. We're out of rooms to hide in now. Time's running out to lay the blame. We're out of rooms to hide in now. Time's running out to lay the
It was Professor Plum in the billiard room with the knife.
Yes, I did it. I killed Mr. Body with the knife in the billiard room because he never paid me the writer's advance he owes me. And as Thomas Fuller said, God makes and apparel shapes, but it's money that finishes the man.
Let's see who in the audience won the game. Whose answers with ours were one and the same. Stand in your place with a smile on your face if you guessed the correct room, weapon, and name. Anyone? Yes! Well done.
Not so bad. Professor Plum did it all right. Sort of. He truly had motive to want Mr. Body dead, but he didn't kill him. He was merely the accomplice. The actual killer was Professor Plum.
Wait, that's
You're mad.
Oh, no, I'm not. And you're not Professor Plum. You're no internationally renowned author. You're no PhD, no MA. You're barely a BA. You are a dorky school teacher from Springfield, Massachusetts.
The worst kind.
You came here disguised as Professor Plum because you had a bone to pick with Mr. Body. Body ran the business as bankrupt, which funded your private school. With no money, the school's closed, leaving you without a job as an English teacher and head of the PTA.
No!
PTA.
No!
Not Plum Transatlantic, but Parents.
What a loser!
But you didn't kill him anyway. You're too much of a wimp.
Oh.
Anyone who seduces a woman with Thoreau is a wimp.
You seduced her?
I tried.
Ladies and gentlemen, the murder scenario is this. The real Professor Plum killed Mr. Body because Mr. Body had repeatedly demoted him from prime player in the game to secondary character to mere spectator, then to the most demeaning of all positions.
Piano player!
Acknowledged I could play the game as well as the others, that I have a real talent for murder. So I had to show it. So yes, I did it in the billiard room with the knife. And Mr. Plum, that imposter, was my accomplice. He provided me with the murder weapon and made sure there were no witnesses. How did you find it?
Well, there were three crucial bits of evidence. The first, linking you to the accomplice, the sheet music. The second, which supplied motive, the notes, made entirely out of magazine cutouts. And the third, which told me it was you and only you, the broken piano key.
It all makes sense.
Yes. I did it.
Hey! Where are you going?
This game is too complex and dangerous. I'm off to play another one. Where there's no maladjusted psychopath.
Hey, I'm well-adjusted.
No intricate motive. And no murder. Just railroad
offer.
You know, I'd like to find myself in a more erudite setting. A Tony Kushner play, a John Fowles novel, interacting with characters of depth.
Falling asleep.
You know, I can see myself out of this dark, dirty mansion and into something deep, like a Muppets movie.
Oh wait, that's me, Faye.
I know, right?
I will emerge as a new global leader. I'll see a better tomorrow. I'll see a brighter future. I'll see a chiropractor.
I'll take a trip to my homeland aboard the Queen Elizabeth II. 6 days crossing the Atlantic with hunky stewards tending to me every need. And I mean, every need.
You know, I wouldn't mind a Caribbean trip to the Greek islands.
Wrench, candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rope. You see, some things must remain the same. We've played it now, it's over our merry game. Until once more we lift the cover to discover the mysteries from whence they came.
Now you play a little game of murder. You try your best to play the game to win. No matter if you land on top or bottom, you played it and turn around and play the game again. Yes, and now the game is done. 6 suspects on a